Welcome back, everybody. Now we have Antoine Gigal, who's going to be doing her second talk of the weekend, and she'll be discussing her amazing research into pyramids on Mauritius and Sicily, and also briefly on Tenerife as well, discovering some amazing sites that really aren't part of the current megalithic map of the planet. You saw her amazing talk yesterday about Giza, and so today she's going to be moving into different parts of the world with this awesome research. So thank you very much. So please give a warm welcome to Antoine Gigal.
So this is my website. I repeat from yesterday for the people who were not there yesterday, gigalresearch.com. And my other website is gizaforhumanity.org. My research is mainly in Egypt, but with my team, gizaforhumanity.org, we are in research of other pyramids worldwide. So I went to Sicily in 1929. This is a map, a satellite map of Sicily. And what you see there is the true eruption of the volcano Etna. You can see how incredible it is. I went to Sicily because I saw pictures made by a photograph of small pyramids in Sicily, about 12 little pyramids. And I decided to go there in research of those pyramids. In reality, I never saw those 12 pyramids. I discovered 23 completely other different pyramids. And all the pyramids were built around the volcano Etna. And this is very important, as you will see, because, you know, volcano eruptions are a thing of today, and we have to understand why the ancients built pyramids all around this volcano. So those are the pictures the Italian photograph did. There you have 4 different pyramids. You have there and there Sicilian pyramids, and there you have Tenerife pyramids, and there Mauritius pyramids. It's to show you that it is the same in very different places. You have to know that in Sicily you had a very ancient history and prehistory, because you have the caves of Adaura near Palermo, and this is dating 6,000 to 8,000 before Christ, with incredible drawings. This is a place of the caves. You have also the caves of Pantelica. And then you have a lot of monuments dating from the ancient Greeks, as Segesta Theatre, temples everywhere in the south and north of Sicily, Agrigento. So who were the first Sicilians? You had 3 peoples, mainly in prehistoric time in Sicily. The first, the Sicans, 3,000 before Christ, and the Proto-Sicans. They were named Sicans because the Sica, it's a chalcedony from their tools in Neolithic times. They were installed in autonomous confederations, and they were mainly about agriculture, and they mixed with the Christians and the Mycenaeans. Then you have the report of this Grecian historian Thucydides. He wrote a lot about the Sicans. Then you have, so the Sicans are in the middle, from the middle of Sicily. Then you have the Sicily on the west side. Around 1400 BC, migrations, so it is more recent, migrations from Calabria and Italia. Italy is there. So they came there and they arrived there. And Sicily gave the name to Sicily, in fact. But what is important is that the Sicily came from Orient. And the professor Enrico Caltagirone and Alfredo Rizza determined that inside Sicilian language, you have more than 200 words of Sanskrit. Then you have the third population, the Elymians. Oh, sorry. In the map before, Elymians at the east, at the west, sorry. The Elymians were migrants from Anatolia, belonging to the famous sea peoples. And you have also theses saying that they were refugees from Troya, and groups of Trojans took refuge in Sicily, mixing themselves to the Sicans. After that, you have the Phoenicians, the Carthaginians came to colonize Sicily and the others in the Ionian Sea. There you can see the earliest foreign trade and migrations in Sicily, coming from Orient, going to Sicily. Migration from Turkey, migration from Lebanon, and migration from Italy, and, well, so a big mix of population. This is the west of Sicily, where you had the Elymians population from Troya. Now we come back to the Etna volcano. You see, it's a huge volcano, 165 kilometers, the red. So the name Etna is coming from Aetna, and it has different names. In Italian, they said Montebello. This is in Sicilian. In Sicilian. Sicilian language is different from Italian. It means the white mount, because it's covered with snow all the year. So you can see there the volcano, 3,350 meters high, and the crater is half a kilometer large. This is ancient depiction of eruption. This is an eruption in 1679 of the capital, the big city at the feet of the Etna, which is Catania. And you can see there that two craters and the lava coming to the town. This is a stratovolcano, very, very dangerous. Ancient depiction again of the catastrophe. This is from the top. You can see the snow inside the crater. So 700,000 years before Catania the city was covered by water. It was a bay, in fact. And Etna, born in Quaternary period by multiple eruptions under the sea. Sicily is the result of three tectonic platforms smashing up Eurasia, Arabia, and Africa. And 6,000 years before Christ, a tsunami went to the East Mediterranean Sea because an Etna eruption. And in 396 before Christ, one of Etna eruptions stopped the Carthaginians invasion coming to attack Syracuse, a city of Sicily. And today we find ashes from Etna at more than 800 kilometers. For example, in Roma, we find ashes of Etna in Sicily. It's so dangerous that you have seismic stations. You have many seismic stations for this volcano. So, about the pyramids. All the pyramids are around the volcano. They are in Piedimonte Etneo, Lingua Rossa, Passo Picciaro, Randazzo, Bronte, Adrano. This is the names of the village near the pyramids. You have different kinds of pyramids: rectangular stairs pyramids, square-based stairs pyramids, oblong stairs pyramids, round angles pyramids with altars at the top, and conical pyramids. You have also a huge complex around those pyramids with irrigation systems, kilometers of huge complex walls. I will show you. So, this is the road to do if you want to go one day to Sicily and see the pyramids. And all the main pyramids are there and there, but mainly there. So, the daughter of Gaia, the earth, and of Uranus, this was the Etna deity, goddess. The sky who gave birth to the Titans and to the Cyclops, of which one is named Bronte. All the volcano story is speaking to you about the ancient giants and Cyclops tellings. You have also the Palici. Palici is the twins, the Sicilian patron saints of agriculture and navigation. The twice-born myth. This myth existed also in Middle East and in Sanskrit. So now we go to see the pyramids between Passo Picciaro and Francavilla of Sicilia. There you have mainly oblong stairs pyramids. I will show you an example. And oblong because in the corner it's round. It's the same pyramid. What you saw before, it's the same pyramid. But in the corners, it's round-shaped. I stopped the car and I jumped this thing because the problem in Sicily is that all the pyramids are in private fields. And you can't find a farmer because there is nobody. So you have to jump the gates and everything in order to take pictures of the monument. You see this little window. This was for solstitial light. I will show you now. The same pyramid you are watching. You see the windows? Just in front, the windows, the light was touching this standing stone. And behind you have another oblong rectangular pyramid. So the light was going straight like this. In equinox time also. You have also at the top of this pyramid an altar. Well, the farmer put a door there, a modern door, to the altar. Now, between Lingua Rossa and Randazzo, you have example of rectangular pyramids. All pyramids are facing Etna volcano. Other example of a rectangular pyramid of 35 meters high on the north side of the Etna at 887 meters of altitude. You see the stairs, and then at Catena, we found pyramid and theater. So you have those walls, lava stone walls, very incredible, because you find the same walls in Mauritius, in Tenerife, and in South Africa. You have the same. I just saw that 2 days ago with Michael Tellinger. You see the ground? This was the sacred path. Another pyramid, the problem is that they destroy a lot of pyramids because the farmers are not very happy to have pyramids in their field, so they destroy it. So this is to make a comparison. You have, those walls are in Mauritius. The same. On the left, you have Sicilian wall. On the right, you have Mauritius wall. And this is an amazing thing. You have a huge hill, and in fact, it is not a hill with agriculture, with terraces for agriculture. It is a pyramid. A huge, incredible, conic pyramid. And the farmers, at the first moment, they were very happy because they thanks to the terrace, they can put agriculture. But nothing grows in this terrace. Also, they are very small because they are like this, not more large than this. So only the olive trees can grow. So this was not for agriculture, of course. It's a pyramid. And what is interesting in this picture, very interesting, it is this. And what it is lava. The lava flow just stopped in front of this huge pyramid. Just stopped. And this lava is many meters high. You can see the other side, all the lava completely stopped in front of the pyramid. In front all of the pyramid around the Etna, you have this, the stop of the lava just in front. Interesting, no? You see? The lava wave stopped. This is an incredible theater. This was an arena with ceremony, because all this is facing Etna again. Then, the other side of the nearby village, you have Lingua Rossa and what I call the ghost city, because it's a completely incredible city, empty, with kilometers of high walls in lava stones, and same features than for the small lava stones pyramid. And you have the same in South Africa. I saw with my eyes. This is Mauritius, to show you the comparison. Again, Sicily. You have there an altar, and there a pyramid. You have many people in Sicily, they build their house on the top of a pyramid because it's very stable. Much more stable than what we do today. I wish to have a house on the top of a pyramid. You see how large are the walls with windows also. And there you have a completely destroyed pyramid. This is for you to show the size of the walls. From Randazzo village to, city to Bronte, the same, always pyramids. This is the Etna, and you see pyramids there. All the pyramid there. I show you only examples because I have thousands of those pictures. Near Adrano, you have example of other small pyramids. This is irrigation systems. I found very high level of irrigation systems. Very interesting. In the true center of Sicily, near Caltanissetta, you have something different. In the center, in the heart of Sicily, you have the pyramids of Pietra Persia. It was very difficult to find because it's inside the fields and you don't have any road during kilometers to reach the pyramids. This I did not discover. It was already discovered. And this is a round pyramid, but older, they think older than the others you saw before. So it's a round pyramid, and on the top you have 2 rooms. But I discovered something, because when I went to this pyramid, the first one, number 1, I discovered another one just behind, and they were not able to see that there was another one behind. So you have exactly the same behind. And not only that, this is a second one from the top of the first. At the top of the pyramid, you have 2 rooms, remains of 2 rooms, with this strange standing stone in 3 parts. In fact, it is depicting the river nearby. Then I discovered, I was on the top of this round pyramid, the first one, and I saw in the south suddenly another thing. And this is the stone of Pietra Persia. This is the pyramid one. And you have this stone, very strange stone, who gave the name to the place. At the top of the pyramid one, you also have a seat for 2 persons, and you have this window, and in fact, the light of the solstice, we calculate that, is going from the Pietra Persia stone to this window, and then to the other pyramid. This is a seat. At the top of the first pyramid, it is finishing like a spiral of energy everywhere. So this is a Pietra Persia stone. You see, this was for the light to enter twice a year. So this is view from the stone. And you see the first pyramid there. But I discovered that you had not only these two round pyramids, but also two others. You can see there one round pyramid and one round pyramid. This is after the stone. And you had an amazing triangular pyramid over there. Full of pyramids, this place. The Sicans and the people just before them occupied all Sicily before Sicels because we get evidence of their culture all around the island, like in Mount Cronio near Sasha. This is Mount Cronio. And I think they were the people building the pyramids. The Sican king, Kokkalos, gave refuge to the famous Daedalus against the king of Crete, Minos, 2000 before Christ, near the river Belice. Daedalus then built fortifications, water tanks, thermal baths, aqueducts. The other thesis is the thesis of the sea peoples building the pyramids. The Shekelesh from southeast of Sicily. For the expert Sandars, those who tried to invade Egypt between 1220 and 1185 before Christ, under the reign of the pharaoh Meremta. Then, maybe under Ramses III. This is Meremta. In Meremta archives, we can find that the Egyptians get 222 Shekelesh prisoners, and you have inscriptions in Ramses III tomb also. In Harris Papyrus, there is a mention of all sea people, and in the Medinet Habu temple also. The inscription in the temple of Medinet Habu in Egypt, describing the Shekelesh as tall, wearing an oblong hat and a necklace, 2 spears, and a round shield. And they look like Egyptians. Hittite king Suppiluliuma II warned Hammurabi of the invasion of the Shikalayu living on their boats. The sea people were mainly living in their boats. They were very skilled in navigation. They knew the bronze working, the ceramics. They used the wheel in the 12th century before Christ. Now, what are these round pyramids and other pyramids in Sicily? We did a comparison with Silbury Hill in England because we think it's the same date, quite the same datation, or maybe older. For many people, it's a kind of Tesla tower, a lightning captor. You have many theses about that. What the physicians of my team think is that when you create a spiral path with focusing properties on a pyramid or on a conical or cylindrical or semispherical height, the unified field is materialized because a resonating cavity is created. This is physics. I'm sorry, it's quite complicated, but very interesting. So you are creating an antenna. It is to say, simply, that if you have people walking around the path up to the pyramid top, making sounds, so you are creating a resonating cavity and an antenna, and each spiral has its own resonance. Consequently, the flow of time and the mass of surrounding things are perhaps distorted on and around the spiral path by activating the process when walking in a particular rhythm on the processional path, which thus creates a resonance, maybe an old technology allowing to stop the lava. That is, we are working on this thesis because we think it's very interesting. If the ancients were able to stop the lava with a complete natural process, you imagine. In any case, it will be worth studying and testing. It is true that soldiers marching on a bridge can break the bridge, which is why they break their rhythm. The military ask the soldiers to break their rhythm just before going on the bridge, because it can break, because the rhythm. So this is an ancient depiction of Sicily, and you see, they put a snake around the volcano Etna. And the snake in the ancient Sicilian time was to protect the place. Now I will speak here about the Mauritius pyramid. So we go to Mauritius, very near South Africa, as you know. So 7 pyramids have been identified, and they are identical to the ones found on Tenerife Islands and Sicily on the opposite side of the continent. The 3 are in origin volcanic islands. This is Mauritius, and the pyramids are there. But we just found others over there. We found 13 others. Those are from the satellite view. There you have 7 perfect angles. It is said that Portuguese sailors first visited Mauritius in 1507 and that there were nobody in Mauritius. We are sure this was completely wrong. Historical records shows that Mauritius was known to Arab and Austronesian sailors as early as the 10th century. Arabs called Mauritius Dina Harobi, and a planisphere from 1502 identifies the 3 Mascarenes Islands, Réunion, Mauritius, Rodriguez, as Dina Maghrébine, Dina Harobi, and Dina Morare. This is a very old map plotted in 1502, made by an Italian, and you see there 3 islands of Mascarenes. Then you have the Chinese map of Zheng He. In 1405, Zheng He's fleet of 200 ships sailed on a series of voyages across Indian Ocean as far as Arabia and East Africa. This is a depiction of Zheng He's ship, and he was a Muslim admiral for the Ming dynasty. He had 20,000 sailors in total, and you can see the difference with Christopher Columbus' boat, the small Christopher Columbus boat. And we think that this little thing was the first one to find other words. And you see the other big one? Come on. Before the Red Sea, Arabian trade route 2000, this is a map of before, where you have the Red Sea trade route before 2500 BC. So you can see that they were trading from India to the Red Sea, so then for Egypt and also Africa, of course. They think that they stop there. Why? Prior to Arabs, the seafaring raiders, the Confederacy of the famous Sea Peoples, is suspected to have known Mauritius, including Proto-Phoenicians. A Greek account, Periplus, relates the story of Hanno, or Hannon, the Carthaginian navigator who lived in 500 BC and traversed the Straits of Gibraltar at command of ships that would explore African coastline along Atlantic Ocean. Herodotus describes a Phoenician expedition leaving the Red Sea and traversing the Sea of the South and following orders of Pharaoh Necho II, entered back into Mediterranean Sea through the Straits of Gibraltar. So, of course, they circumnavigated Africa. And much before Christopher Columbus' finding of America. So this is an ancient map of Herodotus, 450 before Christ. So, of course, the shape is not accurate, of course, but they circumnavigated Africa. No, South Africa existed. So we come back to the pyramids of Mauritius. So mainly the Mauritius pyramids, you have rectangular foundation. They don't exceed 12 meters high. They have between 6 and 11 terraces. They are very similar to Sicilian pyramids and Tenerife pyramids. They are all from volcanic origin, all part of a complex in one location, all made from lava stone. But inside you have limestone without any mortar or other connecting agent. The same in Tenerife. This is the largest one. You have people saying that this is a pile of stones. It is to clean the fields of the stones. They throw it like this and make a pyramid. That's what they are saying today. You see the perfect angles? Also, irregularities in the terrain were worked into the design to create a stable structure. You have a slope there, and they compensated with its high technology. You have also pavement under the pyramids. This is a view of the angles of the terraces from the top, perfect angles. Ancient Egyptians used Phoenician fleet to carry out expedition, and it is known that the Phoenicians constructed astronomical temples perfectly aligned to cardinal points and solar phenomena. With identical pyramid complexes on Tenerife, Sicily, and Mauritius, it is clear that these are remnants of a seafaring culture which has left traces on islands on various sides of African continent. This is Tenerife Guimard Pyramid in the Mediterranean Sea. Thor Heyerdahl, pioneering sailor of Norwegian origin, was responsible of identification and promotion of Guimard complex in Tenerife. He argued that our distant ancestors were able to navigate the oceans and organized various expeditions to prove it. Heyerdahl found also pyramids in the Maldives on Gan. It was aligned to the sun and measures 8.5 meters in 8. The name of those little pyramids are Hawitas. You can see one there. Those are Tenerife pyramids. We come back to Mauritius. You have this kind of pyramid with access to the upper platform via a central staircase. Somebody thought it was nice to paint it in white. So what we can understand of the pyramid of Mauritius, but also Tenerife and Sicily, the platforms on the top of the pyramids were astronomical observation place. Pyramids should be aligned to the two solstices alike in Guimard pyramid complex from Tenerife. Mauritius Pyramid 2, number 2, is likely to be aligned to summer solstice. In southern hemisphere occurs on December 21, as you know. And one should be able to observe a double sunset. The first time I wrote that, I received letters from people saying, "What are you saying? A double sunset?" It's optical, of course, illusion. But so nice to see. The first sunset will occur behind the Creole Mountain in Mauritius. The second behind the neighboring Lion Mountain. The double sunset behind the mountainous horizon is also a phenomenon observed at Guimard complex in Tenerife. So you have the Creole Mountain on the left and the Lion Mountain on the right. And the pyramids quite on the middle with observation. The May 1738 issue of this magazine, Gentleman's Magazine, they show the double sunset, showing the sun disappearing behind the hill and reappearing. This is a work of the Dr. Robert Bloch. You will see now. Observation of a double sunset during years could be used to deduce an accurate value for changes in the obliquity of the ecliptic. This is very important. I will tell you why. So it is an important astronomic phenomena, and with that measurement of what you see, the double sunset, you can deduce an accurate value for changes in the obliquity of the ecliptic. And for what? When you are able to calculate very accurately the obliquity of the ecliptic, so you are able to know when you will have catastrophic events on the planet, like a change of axis. This is the Creole Mountain, this is the Lion Mountain. You see Pyramid 3, Pyramid 4, Pyramid 5, Pyramid 6, 7, all piles of stones, yes. They also have round pyramids, as you can see there. And they built a guard house on the top. You have 7 stairs round pyramid. So inside the lava stone pyramid, you can find limestone blocks, like you can see there. In one cutting of basalt rollers, there can be found limestone blocks underneath, no doubt of coral origin. Lava stones were cut out for perfect fit in the pyramid, beveled stones. You have also this kind, at the top of the pyramid, a kind of spiral. Mauritius people claim that these pyramids are merely stone piles thrown together in efforts to clear the fields for growing sugar cane. Yeah, still today, huh? But this is a true pile of stones in Mauritius, okay? And this is a true pyramid. They don't see the difference. We have to give them spectacles, I think. And why some pyramids on Mauritius still have official panels dating from the first half of the 20th century, because Mauritius was in that time under the British rule, which identifies the site as a protected site of historic interest. And since the site has lost its protected status, so the pyramids are no more protected, thus dismissing these pyramids as piles of stones are afraid to see their agricultural lands repossessed or having to conform to certain regulations that come with protected archaeological sites. Government should be able to highlight the economic benefits of tourism to the local economy, and the scientific research should be carried out on the site. This is an ancient panel from the British rule. No more protected by the National Monuments Board nor other institution. We went to the National Monuments Board of Mauritius, and they just don't care. The huge complex we discovered for the first time is around the Mauritius pyramids. Enormous ancient stone walls, huge ancient road network paved and elevated in certain sections, promontory ancient platforms with impressive ramps in front of the ocean, important ancient hydraulic systems with terraces, worked caverns with their axes aligned north-south, worked stone snake-shaped in the ocean coast, petroglyphs. Everything was likely built by the same civilization, and this was done a long time ago. So this is the site of the pyramids near the airport. If you go to Mauritius by plane, of course, you have to watch by the window because you will see the pyramids. In that zone, about 2 kilometers square in size, there are massive rock walls made from same material as the pyramids. You have those walls, the same in Sicily, the same in South Africa. Perfect walls, looking like snake. You have this incredible serpentine wall. It began like that, and then you see how it's going. The man is on the top of the snake wall, and then he began higher, and it finished like this, 4 meters high. It stops 30 meters above the ocean. A serpent body with the head being the flat platform on the top. The sun would have risen just in front of this ramp, ideal site for observations. Another immense wall, pile of stones. Yeah. You have also paved ways which connect the pyramids to other structures. Roads are perfectly regular and of such design that trucks that pass every day cause no destruction to them. Contrasts with the other modern road infrastructure on the island, which needs constant care and attention at great cost. Ancient roads are between 2 meters 10 and 5 meters wide. You see, this road is perfect, even when you have all this rain. Kilometers of very special paved roads between the pyramids to the ocean. Then you have this. This is a double arch on a central pillar oriented towards sunrise. I showed that to geologists, and they said to me that this is not natural. It is man-made, man-shaped. You see, all this is the same. It is the same place. Completely man-shaped, and you can see an ancient road around this hole. And this is the bridge you saw just before. Below, the power of the ocean currents create waves that can be heard more than 30 meters below. You have these small holes, and when the waves of the ocean come, it makes a sound like this, but very strong. Now you can see this from the top, from the plane. You can see the mouth of the dragon, the eye of the dragon, the nose of the dragon. And then the snake. This is a souffler, a powerful geyser, water exploding at 40 meters high. You see the head of the snake and the water going from the top of his head. This is making an incredible noise. And when you see the coast from the plane, you can see like snakes all around the coast. This is not natural. We found also spiral petroglyphs everywhere. Like the petroglyphs of Frajada Butte in New Mexico, the sun dagger, it was to measure, always to measure the equinoxes, autumn equinoxes and winter solstice. Spring equinox, summer solstice, fall equinox, winter solstice. Then we discovered remains of a vast hydraulic network, the subterranean source of which emerging from Union Valley area. The current is powerful and hence the amount of water. Under the water, it is stones pavement. So you have huge canals everywhere. And today they are cultivating watercress in the basins. But before, we think that this was facilities for the boats. You see this huge wall and basin? Because when you did not have the crest, of course, and the little wall they put recently, this, it was perfect for the boats to be cleaned, because Mauritius was in the far south. After a long trip in a boat, they need to clean the wooden of the boat somewhere. So you have 3 huge caverns with monumental entrance and immense interior. This is one cave. The interior of the 3 cavities seems to have been worked by humans and are not just remains of lava flows. It is completely worked when you enter inside. 2 French speleologists made a report about that, but they never do something after that. It is sad to see that since the state of the caverns deteriorated considerably. All of these structures offer fabulous opportunities to the people of Mauritius and visitors to come in contact with their past. It's like you in South Africa. Extraordinary revelations in connections to similar pyramids on Tenerife and Sicily. We hope that they will pay attention to their fabulous heritage. This is so important to be connected with our roots. So these are my website, and you can also go to my Facebook, Antoine Gigal, where you have news of all that every day, mainly of Egypt, but also of other research. My next tour to Giza is from the 15th October to the 23 October. I already know that 3 or 4 South African will come, so if you want to come, just contact me, because we will change the price for you, of course, coming from South Africa. Thank you. Of Sicily. And what you see there is the true eruption of the volcano Etna. You can see how incredible it is. I went to Sicily because I saw pictures made by a photograph of small pyramids in Sicily, about 12 little pyramids. And I decided to go there in research of those pyramids. And in reality, I never saw those 12 pyramids. I discovered 23 completely other different pyramids. And all the pyramids were built around the volcano Etna. And this is very important, as you will see, because, you know, volcano eruptions are a thing of today, and we have to understand why the ancients built pyramids all around this volcano. So those are the pictures the Italian photograph did. There you have 4 different pyramids. You have there and there Sicilian pyramids, and there you have Tenerife pyramids, and there Mauritius pyramids. It's to show you that it is the same in very different places. You have to know that in Sicily you had a very ancient history and prehistory, because you have the caves of Adaura near Palermo, and this is dating 6,000 to 8,000 before Christ, with incredible drawings. This is a place of the caves. You have also the caves of Pantelica. And then you have a lot of monuments dating from the ancient Greeks, as Segesta Theatre, temples everywhere in the south of and north of Sicily, Agrigento. So who were the first Sicilians? You had 3 peoples, mainly in prehistoric time in Sicily. The first, the Sicans, 3,000 before Christ, and the Proto-Sicans. They were named Sicans because the Sica, it's a chalcedony from their tools in Neolithic times. They were installed in autonomous confederations, and they were mainly about agriculture, and they mixed with the Christians and the Mycenaeans. Then you have the report of this Grecian historian, Thucydides. He wrote a lot about the Sicans. Then you have, so the Sicans are in the middle, from the middle of Sicily. Then you have the Siculi on the west side. Around 1400 BC, migrations, so it is more recent, migrations from
Welcome back, everybody. Now we have Antoine Gigal, who's going to be doing her second talk of the weekend, and she will be discussing her amazing research into pyramids on Mauritius and Sicily, and also briefly on Tenerife as well, discovering some amazing sites that really aren't part of the current megalithic map of the planet. You saw her amazing talk yesterday about Giza. And so today she's going to be moving into different parts of the world with this awesome research. So thank you very much. So please give a warm welcome to Antoine Gigal.
So this is my website. I repeat from yesterday for the people who were not there yesterday, gigalresearch.com. And my other website is gizaforhumanity.org. My research is mainly in Egypt, but with my team, gizaforhumanity.org, we are in research of other pyramids worldwide. So I went to Sicily in 1929. This is a map, a satellite map. This is the west of Sicily, where you had the Elymians population from Troya. Now we come back to the Etna volcano. You see, it's a huge volcano, 165 kilometers, the red. So the name Etna is coming from Aetna, and it has different names. In Italian, they said Montebello. This is in Sicilian. In Sicilian. Sicilian language is different from Italian. It means the white mount, because it's covered with snow all the year. So you can see there the volcano, 3,350 meters high, and the crater is half a kilometer large. This is ancient depiction of eruption. This is an eruption in 1679 of the capital, the big city at the feet of the Etna, which is Catania. And you can see there that two craters and the lava coming to the town. This is a stratovolcano, very, very dangerous. Ancient depiction again, Calabria and Italia. Italy is there. So they came there and they arrived there. And Sicily gave the name to Sicily, in fact. But what is important is that the Sicily came from Orient. And the professor Enrico Caltagirone and Alfredo Rizza determined that inside Sicilian language, you have more than 200 words of Sanskrit. Then you have the third population, the Elymians. Oh, sorry. The map before. Elymians at the east, at the west, sorry. The Elymians were migrants from Anatolia belonging to the famous sea peoples. And you have also theses saying that they were refugees from Troya, and groups of Trojans took refuge in Sicily, mixing themselves to the Sicans. After that, you have the Phoenicians, the Carthaginians came to colonize Sicily and the others in the Ionian Sea. There you can see the earliest foreign trade and migrations in Sicily, coming from Orient, going to Sicily. Migration from Turkey, migration from Lebanon, and migration from Italy, and, well, so a big mix of population.